think that what's called neoliberalism is an attack on democracy and is an open attack on democracy. It's not secret. The goal is to minimize the state. And if you minimize the state, you're maximizing something else. What is the thing that you're maximizing? Well, private tyranny. The state is the arena within which the public has some role, at least in principle, in determining policy. In the private sector, it has no role. So the more that the public arena is minimized and private power is maximized, the less you have democracy. Now, personally, in my view, the state is an illegitimate institution, should be dismantled, but not as long as private power is there, because that's much worse. That's a system which is unaccountable to the public. And the main thrust of neoliberalism is precisely that. It's to restrict the arena within which the public can make some difference.
Mas o que o senhor propõe? O que o senhor propõe?
My suggestion is to extend the public arena, and in the classic fashion. Namely, as I said before, working people should have control of the places in which they work, not private tyrants. The people of a community should have control of their community, and they should interact with one another. That increases the public sphere. If the heavy concentration of private power is eliminated, then I think moves towards dismantling the entire state system are entirely legitimate, proper. But you face the world that you're in right now. Incidentally, these neoliberal moves are not moves towards establishing a market system. A private corporation is outside the market system. If you look at world trade, take say the United States, about half of U.S. trade is not trade at all. It's just transactions internal to a corporation run by a very visible hand, which just happen to cross borders. So half of U.S. exports to Mexico don't even enter the Mexican economy. They're just parts are being assembled in the United States, transferred to Mexico to another branch of, say, the same Ford Motor Company. It's called exports. They come back to the United States, called imports. That's not trade, that's mercantilism. And that's a huge part of world trade. It's kind of corporate mercantilism in which the market is functioning only at the margins and functioning mostly to control people. The ones who are running the world economy have protected themselves very strongly from market discipline. In fact, if you look at the top, there are some good studies by good economists of transnational corporations. And there's one major study by two British economists of the top 100 transnational corporations. Every one of them has benefited from the interventionist policies of its home government, and 20 of the 100 have been saved from complete collapse by state takeover and bailout. Over and above that, the corporation itself is out of the market system. Its internal transactions are centrally directed. These are command economies. So you have the neoliberal system is an attack, in my view, both on the market and on democracy.